Being an INTJ, Black Zetsu is a very serious and knowledgeable character who is independent, analytical, and strategic. It is driven by its own inner motivations and desires and is able to think through complex situations and formulate long-term plans. It is also very loyal to its creator, Kaguya, and will do anything to please her. It is a character that is able to see the big picture and plan ahead in order to achieve its goals. Deidara is an independent and analytical person who is capable of making decisions without relying on emotions. He is able to remain cool and detached even in intense battle situations. He also demonstrates strong logical and problem-solving skills, which allows him to effectively strategize in battle. Additionally, he has a strong appreciation for art and is able to recognize its value regardless of whether it contradicts his own beliefs. All of these qualities point to an IST-type personality. As an ESTP, Hidan is highly active and outgoing, rarely hesitating to jump into a fight or challenge someone who has wronged him. He is driven by his physical senses and is highly pragmatic, relying on his own experience and knowledge to make decisions. He is also very analytical and can quickly assess a situation in order to develop an effective strategy. Lastly, Hidan is open-minded and flexible, preferring to remain adaptable and responsive to changing environments. As an ISTJ, Itachi is introverted and often keeps to himself, relying on his own knowledge and insights instead of others. He is highly observant and analytical, taking into account the facts of the situation before making a decision. He is also very driven and organized, preferring to plan and prepare before taking action. Finally, he is a very loyal and responsible person, willing to do whatever it takes to protect those he loves and serve the greater good. Kakuzu's personality is characterized by his practicality, decisiveness, and focus on results. He is organized, hardworking, and goal-orientated, and will stop at nothing to reach his objectives. He is very logical and focused on the bottom line and is not swayed by emotions or sentimentality. He has a strong sense of justice and is willing to risk his life to achieve his goals. He has a strong sense of self-control and rarely gets angry or out of control. He is also willing to take orders and follow instructions and respects authority. These traits make him an ideal example of the ESTJ type. As an ENTJ, Kisame is hot-blooded, and while he is no fool, he does lean on the more intuitive side, accompanied by swift judgment-making process, together with his assertiveness and unyielding spirit, make a fine commander type. Konan fits the ISTJ type because of her stoic and serious attitude, her loyalty and courtesy to pain, her tendency to place the safety of her teammates above her own, and her preference for making decisions based on facts and logic. Additionally, she is an introvert, which is evidenced by her rarely speaking during Akatsuki meetings and her preference for solitary activities such as making origami. As an INTP, Orochimaru is a highly analytical and logical individual with a strong focus on understanding the workings of the world. He is driven by his own ambitions and is willing to make any necessary sacrifices to achieve them. He is independent and often works alone, but is also highly perceptive and intuitive, able to read people and the situation at hand. He is also quite organized and plans for the future. INFJs are highly sensitive, compassionate, and empathetic individuals who are driven by a strong sense of morality and justice. They are often idealistic with a great capacity for understanding the suffering of others and strive to make the world a better place. Nagato's strong sense of justice and morality, his willingness to sacrifice himself for the greater good, and his kindness even when faced with adversities are all traits that are common among INFJs. This type reflects Sasori's independent and analytical nature as evidenced by his ambition to become an exquisite piece of art himself, his willingness to accept the views of others, and his loyalty to the Akatsuki. He is also very logical and organized when it comes to his work, always having a plan before taking action. He is cold and aloof and not easily moved by emotions, which is typical of INTJs. Being an INFP, Obito is a person who is driven by his own internal ideals and values. He is introverted and deeply in touch with his own emotions and motivations, making decisions based on his own moral code. He is also highly intuitive and insightful, able to quickly pick up on the feelings and intentions of those around him. He is driven by his own sense of justice and is willing to make sacrifices for the greater good. He is also a perceiver, meaning he is open to new ideas and possibilities and is adaptive to changing circumstances. As an ENTP, White Zetsu is described as being carefree, playful, and teasing, which suggests extroversion. He is also described as being a spy, suggesting intuition. He is intelligent, analytical, and able to make decisions quickly, suggesting thinking. Lastly, he is able to act independently and is able to adapt to different situations quickly, suggesting perceiving.